I'm so excited I finally put together a highly requested video by you guys, what to pack to a trip to Europe. This is my tips and tricks to make your packing so easy, not miss out on anything, not bring overweight that you're just not gonna need it. And those are based off of like my mistakes and things that I've done throughout the years, not just to Europe, but just packing in general. Like I have become quite good at packing and not bringing extra clothing and still leaving a little room for shopping. So I'm gonna try to cover all the bases in here, just a little bit of everything. And I hope, really hope that this video helps you a ton and gives you a good guide on what to pack. Let's do this. Okay, ladies, so we're starting with winter, spring, or fall, spring season. So this for summer is just so much easier, and I can cover that on a different video if you guys want me to. This is going to be more of a general, a little bit of everything, and heavier clothing. So I wish I could tell you that I only brought a carry-on bag. Ta-da! But that did not happen. And this is mainly because of my job. I did have some things some events that I needed to go. Therefore, I packed extra things that I felt like I needed, and I just needed to cover the bases. I was going to shoot outfits, give you guys ideas. So it's very hard to pack light when you're actually doing work in fashion as well. So this is more for the general person. Like if you're going to visit there, you can definitely bring a carry-on if you pack with the tips that I'm gonna give you. First things first, plan your outfits. I mean, get a plain little notebook and put the items that you actually love the most, that you do want to bring it with you, and check the weather. Make sure that it's like you're bringing enough things and it's weather appropriate to, and for the activities that you are planning on doing. So those are the main things that to me helps a lot to know. Every day that I'm going to be there from Saturday through Thursday, for instance, and then just plan by the day, what are the types of activities you're going to be doing? Are you going to go out for dinner? Are you going to maybe a nicer, like, you know, event, or are you going to be going to museums and walking a lot? Are you planning on? So it's nice to have a general plan, even though I don't necessarily stick to the plan, you know, to the teeth, but it's nice to have a general plan when you're packing. It will definitely make your life so much easier, you guys. So that's usually what I do by the day. That's my first tip. The second tip, get all the good packing tools. I mean, packing cubes. These are Amazon, will make your life so much easier. If you guys have like shoes that you buy, or clothing, or handbags that come in like this little dust bags, these are your best friend. I actually have the little small ones here for my lingerie, for my like underpants, undergarments, and these are easy to do. So you just pack a little bit of everything. Another thing too is like, don't just grab all of your undies and stick it in here. Do one for each day. However, this is another tip too that's not necessarily packing, but I try washing my undies in the hotels, just because you never know if your flight is going to get delayed or if you're going to need an extra day somewhere else. All the things can happen when you depend on airport and airplanes. So always pack your undies in your carry-on bag. Always leave a whole change of clothing in your carry-on, just in case your big luggage, your checked-in luggage gets lost. I've learned the hard way, you guys. My luggage has gotten lost before in Venice, and all I had was like a t-shirt, a soccer t-shirt, and a pair of jeans. And actually that was the savior, because for the days that we stayed in Venice, I never saw my bag, and it's easier to just get other tops while you're on location than getting entire outfits with shoes and all of that good stuff. So make sure that you pack your essentials and your necessities in your carry-on bags. Then the other pieces are toiletries. So I like these two guys from Amazon. I did bring both of them, one for makeup and one for skincare and hair on this trip to Paris. But I'd say for the average people or person, you can definitely do one. I really like the size of this, and I like how the products can like stay up. So this is just a great size that you can bring just smaller things. I like to bring some of my travel sizes, and so I buy specifically for this types of things. So small little products, and so they can all fit in the toiletry bag, and these are easy to replace as well. Like if you finish a lotion, usually hotels, if you're staying in hotels, they do provide lotion and shampoo and all of that good stuff. If you're very specific about the ones that you like, then just get them in the travel sizes, which most all products have travel sizes. Now, moving on to the outfits. For me, you guys, it's important to pack a good pair of jeans that actually fits. So for this trip, I brought this Levi's. These are the dad jeans, and they go with absolutely everything. It's just a more updated silhouette. They are a little bit on the looser side, which is great for traveling as well. So on this trip, I brought a pair of leggings, which I almost always do. And I got this like super, super comfy leggings from Alo Yoga. These are more for like yoga and that type of thing. So it's very, very comfortable. Some leggings, I don't advise you to travel with like high compression, like super tight leggings that you would usually go lift weights in for longer flights, because that can really get super uncomfortable. So just the comfiest, the softest, the better. I did travel back on my Levi's, and they were just perfectly fine as well. So loose jeans, these ones I packed, and I would say it's more about your style and what kinds of activities you're going to be doing. But this is a more put together pair of denim. These are the Agodes Rileys. So they're the cropped denim. They have a little bit of a distress on the bottom, a little bit more high fashion. Not high fashion, more classic. And this will be more of your like updated style. So definitely would pick one or the other. I'll have pictures here wearing both of them so you guys can see the difference. I'd say one good pair of jeans that you can wear with multiple tops. I would also say a good sweatshirt that's good for the winter time, that's good for layering, that's good for traveling. So this guy I wore on my way to Paris, super cheesy, I know, but I love it. This is the size medium, so I like the oversized ones for traveling just because they're so cozy, and then you can literally feel like you're in PJs while sleeping on a plane. It's so hard sleeping on a plane, you guys, especially in this like 8+ hour flights. And so I recommend having something like this for the plane. However, you can also wear something like this if it gets too cold, or if it's like a rainy day. We had plenty of those like super gloomy days in Paris, and it's just nice to have something that's just comfortable. You don't have to think about it, that takes you places without having to build a whole outfit around it. So definitely recommend getting a little distressed sweatshirt type of thing. Now, I would also get some nice classic silhouette sweaters. This guy here is a mango. I recommend this, cannot recommend this enough. It's just such a nice silhouette. It's just a nice staple. It's very classic piece, doesn't get out of style. It does have the zip up in here, so it keeps your neck warm if you're walking around, but you can always zip it down if you're in a restaurant and things get a little bit warmer. I just think you can go wrong with something like this. I love that it's not super long, so you can just tuck a little bit of this on your jeans or your trousers or a skirt. I mean, such an easy sweater you can wear multiple times. Then I also like a slouchy look too. So I wore this with trousers, and this is just a little longer too. It would definitely work with leggings. Other bottoms that I recommend bringing besides the jeans is a pair of trousers, just a nice fitted tailored trousers. This is very up to date right now. It looks so chic. And if you're into this, I love the Spanx. These are the classic pant or something. This is great. It's a pull-on pant, very, very, very comfortable, but it also looks super put together. So depending on where you're going, if you're going to a stroll, or if you're going to, I don't know, a museum or something, you can definitely wear this, but this also works with a nicer top for a dinner out, and then just put some heels on. So very versatile pair of pants. And this is the same thing. Like, you can pair this with this, Or you can pair this with the trousers, which I wore this together. You can also wear the sweater with the jeans. So one sweater, all the bottoms, all of this clothing. This is another thing, another tip too, is to try to put together outfits that are going to work together interchangeably. So you feel like wearing jeans, you can wear the sweater. You feel like changing the look, you can wear the trousers and make like a more chic monochromatic look too. They all also work with sneakers. But then another pair of shoes that I brought are the slingbacks, pointy toes that are so in right now too, and work so nicely equally with every single pair of trousers that I brought in this trip. So I also put here a couple of extras that are these two cardigans that work together with a t-shirt or by itself. You can actually button them up to the back. So these are the Cezanne ones that I actually have the video showing you what they look like on me. So I'll link the video right here so you can check them out. But such good buys, and also equally nice colors that can interchange with the rest of the neutral wardrobe. One thing you cannot forget, guys, is a pair of nice, or not a pair, but a PJ set. So I really love the silky ones from Express. I just wash them, they smell so good. These are so important to me, to have something that's so comfortable that I can sleep and just makes a hotel room feel a little more like home. To me, very essential to have PJs, nice PJs. So this is more specific for the winter, and for the spring and for fall is a nice coat. I brought 3 this time, and the other 2 that are oversized are in the dry cleaners because they're filthy. But the reason why I brought 3 is, I've mentioned before, I had to shoot looks and I wanted to have some things a little bit different. And Bella was there too, so we were sharing some coats, and you guys have noticed that we were like interchanging them. So I brought a cream colored one and 2 camel color ones, and those are the colors that you need. Honestly, I mean, if you like more of a black one, I just feel like this will go with everything from black to white to neutral to beiges, creams, whatever colors, even colorful outfits will look so beautiful and classy with this. This is a Reese one. It's a little more fitted from the Nordstrom sale. I believe that all of my camel coats are sold out, but I will definitely link some similars for you guys in here. And I just found myself some Eros. So lucky me. One tip that I have for the traveling coats is to wear them on the plane with you guys. This will save you lots of room on your luggage, and then you can just wear them every single day. One thing I did not bring with me, and I wish I had, is my puffer jacket. This puffer jacket is such a classic piece, and it just goes with everything as well. So if you feel like you want 2 different looks, this is definitely a little more sporty, but because it's a Moncler piece, it's just a little nicer and elevated puffer jacket, then you can just bring this one instead of this. I wish I had brought this because we did have some really frigid temperatures, and to walk around in the cold, and when the wind hits your face, it stings. It feels like so much colder than it actually is. So I wish I had brought this with me to wear with my outfits and just feel a little bit warmer when walking around. So that's another thing too. When in Europe, wherever you go, you can literally walk everywhere. And that's what we choose to do for the majority of the time. So make sure that you bring comfortable shoes. So I set aside 1 pair of sneakers to show you guys in this little capsule wardrobe because I feel like these would go with every single one of this outfit. However, I will show you the other 2 that I brought along with me and the one that I wore the most. I love this New Balance here with the little detail with this burnt orange. I love that the sole comes up here. To me, it's one of the most stylish ones. I love the colorways. It goes with my neutrals so well, but it also has white and gray in the creams. So a variety of colors that can pull for different outfits. So really like this. Pretty comfortable to wear with. And I got my true size, it's 8.5, and there's room for thick socks in it, which is really important when you're going around in the winter time. I also brought this Asics in here, you guys, and believe it or not, I wore this the most. I love that they have a little bit of the silver. Silver and metallics are so trending right now, so these would definitely go with all of my jeans, and not to mention that they're the most comfortable pair of sneakers, period, that I own. Even from like my workout ones, which sometimes I do work out in them, they are just fabulous. So highly recommend these. I actually just ordered a pair of Adidas that I'm so pumped for them to arrive because they're super high fashion, but it also has this kind of sole, which it looks like it's super comfortable. We'll see about that, but yes. Love these. And then one more pair. These I bought last time I was in Paris, which was my first time last July. I love these so much. I feel like they are more of the high end and the high tops that are trending right now. And I love that they're like just a pure white. So very easy to travel in. I wore them with leggings. You can wear them with jeans, you know, jeans over top or crop jeans. They will look so good. Even like dresses, I've worn them before, and skirts. So very easy to make them a little more elevated for your outfit to not look super sporty. So this could be maybe like one of the more sporty kinds, and then this one too if your goal is to be comfortable and to be walking around a ton. Okay, I also brought a pair of the slingbacks. These are Express. I actually didn't end up wearing them. I wore my Dior ones, which they're upstairs and I'm not gonna get them, but just for the sakes of this video, just to show you what I brought, these will be so good to wear with leggings on a more elevated outfit if you have an event or if you have somewhere a little more fancy to go and you want to look a little nicer. You can pick between these or these, which are a little more high fashion, I'd say, with the square toe, the ballerina. These are block heels. So these are nice for you to walk around to. Do bring Band-Aid, ladies. I mean, if you forget, you can always buy it in the French pharmacies. They are fabulous and I highly recommend. But, you know, things like this, they can get a little, from walking around so much in uneven surfaces, your feet will struggle. Trust me, I have walked my entire life in Brazil and my feet still does struggle. So just beware, but these are the ones that I recommend with the tiny kitten heels. Last but not least, for shoes, I brought these Western boots. I wore them all day long in one of the days, and these will be more of my like statement outfits. I did bring this because I had to shoot, but even if I didn't, I would have brought it anyway because this is such a nice blazer with the fringe. It has just so, I don't know, it's just so fun, and it's nice for like a dinner out or somewhere a little more fancy that you want to go with. You can wear them with the kitten heels, or for colder days, how I wore is with my boots. I also wore them under a trench coat that I got in there too, and that was a Zara number. I can link it in here too if you're interested, but that kind of goes along with the coat. So I would have worn them with the oversized coat. I think that that would look so beautiful together. As far as jewelry, I would highly recommend just to wear the pieces that you wear every day. So for me, it's really easy to I just have dainty jewelry. So all I did was just wear what I wanted to be wearing for the entire time that I was there. And usually are things that I don't even remove for myself. Maybe my little cuff here at night, and depending on the earrings that I'm wearing at the time, I will remove them to sleep. But otherwise, these are my everyday things that will prevent you from bringing extra little boxes that you might not need. I just like to stick with the basics, you know, maybe a little statement piece with this little pearl in here that's more springy, you know, the rings that you like, and just wear them there. And then you can kind of interchange, like maybe take something out or change with something else. But I just recommend sticking with the basics just to avoid confusion. Other things I will bring, guys, and this is even if you don't work, I like bringing a box of like this gadgets, travel gadgets in here. And this will fit your chargers. If you have like an extra battery charger here. How do you call those things? I don't even have one in here to show you. But like iPhone chargers, this is a really good little box for that. Also like this one that has a little more room. Not as cute though, but you can stick like your drive in here, like external drives, anything that's more gadgety. They will keep it all together, these things. So really like bringing them in my big bag. You will need one of these little plugs in here. This is for Italy, France, and Germany. It's a type C. And I just keep this together with my, in that same gadgety bag, just so I don't lose it. So this one only has one head, but it has the 2 USB cable entries in here. There are some on Amazon that are like 2 of them. Hotels usually have them, but I have run into situations where the hotel had borrowed all that they had, and so there was nothing left. And this will happen more often than not. This has happened back in Brazil before and in France last time. So I just made sure to bring my own, so that way you don't have to be, relying on hotels and if they have stuff to loan it to you. So definitely we'll need this. And then on the same subject, the Paris is a 220 voltage, and here in the US we are 110 voltage. So make sure that you bring dual voltage hair tools. One thing that I do to avoid, and I did this time, last time I brought all my hair tools and I couldn't use any, and luckily I used my steamer, and then I realized that it was a 220 and it burned down my steamer. From all of you guys, questions and situations and things that you have reported to me on Insta, a lot of you have lost your curling irons, your hair dryers, and there's nothing more upset than that, especially if they're like nice ones. So to avoid that, don't even bring yours or buy a dual voltage here before you go. Otherwise, hotels also provide a hair dryer, which that's what I did this time. I only washed my hair on the last day that I was there, so that way I didn't have to curl or anything. I just pulled it up in a bun and wore a hat to my trip. But if you do require styling, then I highly recommend you doing this. I'm going to leave a little collage that I make, the link for the graphic on my Like to Know It, and that has a few options of hair dryers that are really nice and reliable that you can take, and hair curlers too. There's one that it's a convertible curler and a straightener too, and they're mini, they're travel, they're nothing like amazing, but they will do the job while you're away. You guys, this is another Amazon find here, and I love these, are so nice. The lint rollers, to me, this is a must. I have cats, sometimes there's like hair in the clothing. This is something that hotels typically won't have it, and I just like bringing one. There's a kit that I buy with 6 of them, and I always keep one in my suitcase just because it's my travel one. So highly recommend you thinking about this and remembering, especially if you have black clothing, because even if you don't have pets, lint will grab on this and you'll be sorry that you didn't bring this. Okay, now let's talk about carry-on bags. So for your checked bag, obviously I'm not gonna go into that because you can pack however you want to. I do recommend the packing cubes and everything because it makes it easier. But for my carry-ons, I always like to bring a extra large bag, and that way I can actually use my crossbodies, which I didn't even go into this. I brought my Jacquemus, my YSL Cinca set, and my Dior Bobby, and I wore them almost every day, each one of them. I think they're great for different purposes. This one fits so much except for my phone, which usually is on my hands anyway. But yes, so when I'm traveling, I like to have my outfit, my coats, so try to wear as much as you can on yourself so you don't have to pack them in the bags. And then because you can only bring 2 volumes, this is small enough for you to carry your personal belongings, your passport, your wallet, and all of the little things that you need full access at all times. But then you can just toss this in here quickly and just walk in with your 2 volumes. This bag is big enough to go under the seat depending on how big the planes are. So it's a nice size bag, but it could be obnoxious for some people too. It's like very, very large. So, and it's quite an expensive piece. Another option, this is is fully Amazon, you guys. I love this. This is unfortunately not a carry-on size. It's just slightly bigger than a carry-on. So I'm going to link this for the check bag, but also a smaller version of this same brand. Super cute, but it's much smaller too. And then this is a dupe for a really nice handbag as well. And this is a nicer, just a more concise size for, rather than like this, you know, huge canvas bag here. And I like the fact that this is not, I mean, it can get wet, you can wipe easier. If it gets beat up, it's not a big deal. This one, you know, it's a Celine bag, so it's kind of, I'm actually very surprised that it has held as well as it has. And I'll show you guys. I talked to the Celine people in the airport and the boutique, and they just said to wash this to wipe it with soap and water. But for the amount of traveling I do with this, it's really not that bad. It has held itself so well. I have not treated with anything. So very impressed by it. And this guy will fit my computer. This is obnoxious. You do not need this, but for long flights, I think that they're more comfortable in my ears. So I like bringing them. And I always bring a little cosmetics bag. And this cosmetics bag essentially has lip balm and hand cream. I like having a little jet lag mask in here too, because when I wipe my face at night, I like just putting a little bit of cream. Always bring my little scrunchies in here. Either a lip balm or a lip gloss. Nail file. I've made the mistake of not having this sometimes, and if my nails break or if something happens and it has that thing like pulling on it all the time, it's the most annoying thing ever. And then this is another must for me, is dental floss, because things get caught in my teeth and there's nothing worse than that. I do have a little face mask in here just in case, you guys. Sometimes if you're not feeling well, you know, it's just nice to have an extra. Sometimes airplanes do give out toothbrush or toothpaste. Oops. But if not, I like to bring a travel size. And I do have disposable toothbrushes in here, but this time around I just threw mine away, so it's not in here. But this is like a nice little cosmetics bag that will get you through in case something gets lost. However, I do advise you to bring your small sizes of toiletries in your carry-on just for that purpose as well. Now, between the two of them, obviously I travel with this guy so much. It does fit on most head bins or oversized, not oversized, but like even the smaller bins on smaller airplanes. This guy fits in there so nicely. So I cannot recommend the Delsey luggage enough. And not only it's perfect for size-wise, but it also looks so good with all of my outfits. You can go fancy or you can look sporty, and to me, this is the best investment as far as anything else. One more thing, you guys, that I wanted to show you is a garment bag. This one is from a store, but I recommend having this for your nicer clothing. So in this case, I have my blazer, and I think I had my nicer dresses that I brought, and I put them all in here. So the way that I do is I pack everything that I need in my packing cubes, make sure that they're all cushiony and nice laid out inside my checked bag. And then I put the nicer things that I want hanging in this garment bag, and I fold it 3 times. Just like this, and then I just lay this on top of my suitcase and zip it up, so that way they're easily, you know, hung when you get to the hotel, or even if your room is not ready and you have something in here that you need to wear, then you can definitely use this. There is a travel steamer too that I like bringing with me, but for the purposes of this video being an Europe trip, I don't recommend bringing that because that's not a dual voltage either, and I did ruin one of them already. So usually hotels, what I did this time around, I just used the iron and the iron board from the hotel, and that worked really well as well. One more thing I would bring are tons and loads of ball caps. These are so easy for like bad hair days, or if it's raining, or, you know, if you just want to look a certain way, like a more sporty look or more sporty vibe, but they are just so easy to pack, much easier than the like typical straw hats or your Western style hats. and they help a ton with different purposes. And that was it for today, guys. I would love to leave you with a question of what was the most helpful tip that you found in this video. Do let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear that, hear from you, and do stay tuned for more Paris content coming up. I will show you what I bought in Paris, and some of the trend reports are still coming up this month, hopefully. I'll see you next time, guys. Um beijo. Tchau, tchau.